IRS exam and collection. This is stuff I always like to look at. IRS has been doing this for over 20 years. It's called the Comprehensive Taxpayer Attitude Survey. And what the IRS does is, as people have an interaction with the government, with the IRS, they will contact them afterwards to find out how'd that go. And they actually ask quite a bunch of questions, and they categorize it in a variety of different ways. It's published annually with the IRS data book. In the fiscal year 23 data book, the most current one we have out, they actually skipped a year that wasn't done in time to actually get in the book. So I'll anticipate seeing it in this coming one, but this is from our latest update on that survey. So they asked people, is it every American's duty to pay taxes? And you can see between the completely agree and mostly agree, you've got 93% of the Americans out there, or people that have interacted with IRS, think everyone should be paying their taxes. 3% mostly disagree, and 3% completely disagree. That's the 6% that is not necessarily worried about everyone paying their taxes, at least timely or fully. They ask the question, what's an acceptable amount to cheat on your taxes? Well, overwhelmingly, 84% say not at all, 10% say a little here and there, and 6% say as much as possible. It's an interesting question to ask people that have just left having interaction with IRS. Now, that may have been with Taxpayer Service to come get a form or an explanation or a transcript, or it may have been with an IRS examiner where they just got caught cheating on their taxes. They don't classify it that way, but it is a kind of a fun question. They also asked, what was your level of satisfaction with your personal interaction with IRS? And still not bad, between very satisfied and somewhat, they're at 79%. That's actually down a little bit. It dropped during the pandemic just a touch. But that's 8 out of 10 people are having a decent interaction with the IRS, which I think is encouraging because these are the folks that are going to the IRS with a problem or an issue, and at least 80% of them are getting something solved along that way. And about 20% are not. I don't expect you to be able to read this screen, especially if you're looking at it on a small monitor or a phone. This is the audit percentages that we can see what's happened between 2013 and 2021. I don't have a similar one up there, but if I put a graph of IRS budget and staffing up, you would see the similar line trends. Used to be a lot, now it's a little. This is because this is directly related to the fact that the IRS has lost its budget over the last 10 years, lost its staffing because it's lost its budget, and has not had the ability to perform the examinations that it did in the past. So this is kind of why you want to see that enforcement budget from the IRA 22 funds kind of turn these trends around, at least for the, statistically. You'd like to see more audits, more revenue, and likely more compliance.